Ian, it was terrible conditions tonight, but we've come away from Gayfield with a point. How would you reflect on the match?
Yeah, as you can see and hear behind me, the conditions are were very, very difficult for both sets of players. Really hard to have any real game plan. They can try and put ideas in the players' heads, but I think both sets of players deserve a tremendous amount of credit in the way they went about the game. It was a game where they couldn't get out their half in the first half, we couldn't get our half in the second half, so I think a draw was probably fair.
Yeah, and you talk about it there, it was a game where essentially the full game was played in the one half, but when it comes to going up the other end, only one shot at goal up the top end, and it was ours, the important equaliser.
Yeah, brilliant goal, really, really good. And I think there was a little bit of frustration from the players at half time that we hadn't scored, but I've been around the block a little bit now and I've seen it a million times, and I said to them, playing against the wind is very difficult, but so is playing with the wind, because anything overhit, misplaced passes just run straight out the park or through the goalkeeper. Set plays are difficult in these conditions, regardless if you've got the wind or not. So it was really, really hard for the players. They all deserve a great amount of credit, but I'm really happy with the point. And people might look at that and think it's a defeatist attitude. It's far from it. I saw a team this evening that was ready to fight for the football club. We've now got a building block to build on next week against Ross County, but if we get the same application, determination, hunger, desire, all the cliches we throw about, then we'll be fine. And
I know it's difficult to really assess tonight fully when it comes to what we've mentioned already, the conditions, but you'll be pleased with the reaction you've seen following last week?
Absolutely, it's been a difficult week for us. I think with 14 players training yesterday, 13-14, a couple of injuries in our back line, so we've had to shuffle players about. That's what I wanted to see, a reaction. These nights like this evening build football teams, build football clubs. Now we're not going to be there and it's going to be perfect every week, and we're going to lose games along the way, of course we are, but as I say, I saw this evening a group that's together, united, a staff that's together, united, who we want to help them all the time, we want to help improve them, we want to have success with them, and if we get that same application and determination, we'll be honest, we'll be fine.
And of course we have seen the squad affected by injuries recently. Ian Wilson starting at centre back tonight, but we also saw the addition of Fergus Owens coming in pre-match. Can you just tell us a bit about him?
Yeah, just firstly, I thought Ian was excellent tonight, by the way. I think he brings us a bit of calmness at the back, a bit of composure, a bit of guile. He's very unfortunate not to score, so delighted for him, and delighted for the team. He was very unlucky not to start the game last Saturday. It was just, we had to go and pick a team that we thought could do the business against Steny. But yeah, we brought Fergus in, a young player to the end of the season. He's got plenty of experience, so he's played championship football before, he knows Scottish football very well, so all these things fitted the type of player we want to bring in. We know we've taken a little bit of gamble for a short-term contract, but that works both ways, and we're pretty relaxed about it. So it was an area of the park that we needed a little bit of help in, both of the squad, and hopefully this is a busy week for us. It will be a busy week, and I'm not saying we're going to go out and get 8 players in, or we're going to get all our first choice players in, because it's a really competitive market, but it certainly won't be for the want of trying.
And we head back home next week, finally our first chance to get that first home match in the way.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. As I say, the feeling from last Saturday to this evening is night and day for everybody. I think in the changing room it brings people closer together. We're still getting to know each other, they're still getting to know me, and I'm still getting to know them. It takes a bit of time to get around everybody, and the do's and don'ts of people's personalities and all that sort of thing, but nights like this certainly help. So we'll get back to work on Monday, and we'll look forward to Ross County.